Hello, now I'm going to talk about the Knight's Tour. The Knight's Tour is a game which consists of making a series of moves with the knight, with the aiming that the knight passes through each of all squares of the board only once, like we can see in this drawing. Now, let's talk about the history that this game has. This game dates back to the 9th century AD. The earliest reference we have is by the author Rudrata, where he makes the pattern of the path of a knight on a half board, like we can see here, and this is called the Hamiltonian path. This work is in a Sanskrit work on poetics, which is called the Kavya Lankara. Now it's time to talk about Mr. Leonhard Euler, who was a Swiss physicist and mathematician who succeeded in providing a general method for completing partial paths and deriving new paths from existing solutions. Thanks to him, we can consider that chess has a notorious influence in science and, of course, in general culture. If the knight ends the round in a square, that means that the initial square can be reached with a movement of the knight. We can consider the course like a closed course. However, if it's the opposite, we have to consider it like an open course. The main rule is that you have to get through all the squares only once with only horse moves. To find the path of a knight, we have different type of algorithms. One of that of the algorithms is algorithms of divide and success, which is here. It consists on dividing the board into small pieces and building paths with each one to form a logical path. We also have the Warno's rule and the neural network solutions. Here they are. As you can see, the Warno's rule is an heuristic technique in which practical methods are used to find the path of a single knight. Then we have the neural network solutions, that these neural network solutions are configured so that each horse movement is represented by a neuron that is randomly initialized to be active or inactive. So this is how the Knight's Tour works. I hope you like it.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Guarini's game. Historical comments about the game. The Guarini's problem appears in a manuscript of 1512 made by the Italian engineer Paolo Guarini. He set a business with his father-in-law for the textile, although he worked only in administrative functions. His game was in the recompilation of chess problems on board games of 15th century Civis Bononiae, although its first appearance was in the first Arabic manuscript of chess. Instructions about the game. 2 white horses and 2 black horses are located in the 4 corners in a board of 9 squares, and it is requested that the white horses must move to the square where black horses are, and inversely without leaving the 9 squares. What is more, other varieties of the problem have been released, like this one. Winning strategies. The problem is represented with this image. In the down image we can see the 2 black horses and the 2 white horses, and in the first image we can see that the squares are represented with numbers. Winning strategies. So that's how we can get an 8-point start, and the Guarini's problem of position swap between horses turns into the solitaire game, which consists in swapping white pieces and black pieces. After that, we can unroll this star and turn it into the circular circuit of the picture, where the solution is just moving the pieces in one direction, and the solution is given in 16 movements. Math concepts. The study of this game has linked information technology with math, which meant that problem resolution algorithms like brute strength had developed. The problem is solved with graphs, which are a group of objects that let us represent binary relationships between elements of a combination. Graphs study interrelationship between unities that interact with other unities, as Leonhard Euler said in his job about the problem named The Solution of a Relative Problem to the Geometry of Deposition in 1736. Finally, we have a link about a video that helps us understand how this game works and how we can find the solution for this game or problem. So, thank you very much for your attention.